when you have two bus fires that seem very similar in nature, it's time to really take a look at your product and understand what's going on. So I've been in the engineering industry for 18 years. I've worked in advanced development for the automotive industry since 2010. So about 14 years experience there. And then 2018, I started working on electric vehicles. So the actual battery box structure for the electric vehicle. So I'm extremely familiar with the battery boxes, the way these EVs are designed, and what goes into them. Not only that, but what we have to do to protect those batteries and the testing and everything that goes into it. But also being a firefighter, I've seen a lot of fire and I understand how fire behaves. And I understand with the lithium ion batteries, what happens during thermal runaway. So what kind of got my attention was when I first saw the Lion Electric bus that caught on fire in Quebec, they stated that it started in the heater, which kind of just knowing the background on how these buses are typically designed. I know they have diesel heaters, but they're typically in the back of the bus, and just something didn't sit right with me. So I started looking into it a little further. And actually, while I was looking into it, I had somebody that's close to the investigation, close to the situation in Quebec, reach out. So I had some conversations with that person and really started digging deep and found out, number one, the heater's in the back of the bus. So the fact that it's a diesel heater, really unlikely. Then I started getting videos of the fire and seeing more pictures, and it really seems like that fire started in the front of that bus. And just based on my opinion, what I'm seeing, it really appears that it's that front battery module. Now, could I be absolutely incorrect? Sure, but what I'm seeing and just the details I have so far, that's where I'm at.
After learning about the similar issue that happened with the bus manufactured by Lion in Quebec, I reached out to both Transport Canada and the manufacturer Lion Electric to get comments on this issue. Transport Canada responded to me saying it was aware of the two Lion Electric bus fires in Quebec and here in Huntsville, and the federal operation has launched an investigation into these incidents, with field teams working to gather more information. The Office of the Fire Marshal in Ontario is also currently investigating the cause of this fire. Lion Electric VP for Marketing, Communications, and Public Affairs, Patrick Gervais, responded to my query saying that they believe the Huntsville fire was an isolated incident and the company is currently gathering all information on the situation. Dean Campbell of Campbell Bus Lines, the company that was running the bus that caught fire, told me that while they wanted to initially support Lion, being a Canadian company, with the purchase of that electric bus, his company would not consider buying Lion again. As for Durham, he's calling on Lion to take more responsibility when it comes to these two recent fires to help avoid future catastrophe.
But what they really should be doing is inspecting their entire fleet to look for that problem. I know, and I'm not familiar with Canada. I know in the US we have the Freedom of Information Act, so information can flow pretty freely after the investigation's done. I've been told that the investigation of this is pretty tied up in NDAs over there. Personally, I think you shouldn't be hiding behind NDAs when it comes to safety. So if it's not the battery box, release the report. If it is the battery box, release the report and just show people what's going on with these buses and where those problems lie. Not only will it help the community as a whole, it should help them out because it'll help them innovate and get things to become safer, but it also help all these communities with these buses to start looking for what might be the issue.